Hello and welcome. I have to do this video for two reasons. One, people have been asking me if this car has any decent races. Two, I really mispronounced this car in the video I recently put out. I don't know why, but whenever I looked at the word, I just thought of the word Fury, and I called it a Mazda Fury. Now, that kind of makes sense, but I've completely disregarded one letter, and that it's a different language. It's just one of those things I never heard, I just saw. So, it's more properly pronounced Furai. And that's kind of funny because it sounds like the word fry, which ends up being quite ironic. I'll get into why that's ironic later on. This is quite a fun car. You can take stow pretty fast in this car. It's balanced. Like, it's not really fast, so it doesn't have really high grip, but it does handle fairly well. I like driving it. This race is located in the exclusive series, so you definitely have to be fully upgraded, and we will get to more of that later as well. I'm a little bit... some cuts I'm not meaning to take. I definitely mean to take this cut. I don't think it's good to cut it as much as I am. I'm losing a lot of speed, but it does get in an overtake. And then this is interesting. Bots never drive there. More on that coming up as well. To fully upgrade this car, 2.665 million R dollars, 865 gold. To purchase this car is 700 gold, or run the Fury Rising event. I'll have a video for that at the end. That is definitely the better way to go. That's event that's on right now, that event. And I've got a full walkthrough on how to do it. And I did it cheaper than I did back when this event first came out, which is a good 7 years ago now. So we'll do a few laps like this from the beginning, not too much, and then we'll warp ahead. I would not call this easy, but I wouldn't call it too difficult. You've got to learn to maximize that corner, and it's very good to learn that. I will argue that endless endurance racing is a fabulous way to learn a lot more about tracks. To do this type of racing, you really have to maximize the track. You have to learn what's the fastest way to make it through this track, but then also, how do I get around cars? Where do they want to drive? So it helps you in multiple parts of the game. Now, we're jumping ahead to lap 10, and this is where I will hit the perpetual point fairly quickly. You can see my timer is getting a bit low, but not too bad. I'm trying to carry more speed through this cut. You definitely don't want to slide around. And this corner, and again, it's so critical in all types of racing. So for cup racing and for endurance racing like this, that's where you get your clean overtakes. But for time trials, that enables you to carry way more speed through that corner. And so you shave a lot of time. You have to know where track limits are. It doesn't matter what the real world is. It just matters what is it in this game. And push those boundaries as far as you can. This is the perpetual point. You can tell because the cars are now all close together. It means I passed 42 cars. That is the secret, which a lot of you know, but some of you don't know. And we'll see here, I'm going to slowly be able to build my timer like that. That was quite low. So you can't be making much mistakes before the perpetual point. You definitely don't want to get damaged, and it's actually pretty easy to avoid damage. This is a nice wide track. There is no point where we have to really cross traffic. You just have to be careful as you're taking the cut here and also at the beginning. So you want to be careful as you're getting back into traffic here. Here's a bit of a crossover, but it's very easy to plan that out. So let's get a little bit into the name of this car. So the funny thing is, if you look up Mazda Furai, you will see that they call it the sound of the wind. However, if you do a search for meaning of Furai, you're going to find nothing about the Mazda Furai. You're going to find that it means fried, as in fried breaded seafood or vegetables. There are even YouTube videos about this.
Today I'll show you how to make a beef furai, deep fried shrimps coated in panko.
That sounds nice. Sure, I'll take an order of that. I mean, come on, what am I supposed to say? Now, we're going to warp ahead here in a little bit as I finish what I'm saying here. I expect that Japanese, just like English and Portuguese and other languages, it has different dialect. So Furai must mean sound of the wind in a different dialect that maybe is not the predominant dialect. When you search it, you just find people quoting what Mazda has said, and that's fine. I'm not doubting Mazda. I just find it really threw me for a loop. It is an awesome car, awesome sounding car, and hey, great fried shrimp as well. When we look at this car, you'll see the number 55 in several places. That's a head nod to the 1991 Le Mans 24 Hours of Le Mans victory in the Mazda 787B, also with the rotary engine, which is the awesome sound we hear in this car. Tragically, this car got destroyed in 2008. There was an incident where it caught fire on a track, and the fire crew was a ways away from where the fire started. They didn't even know it was on fire for a little bit. By the time they got there, it was far too gone. And apparently it's hard to know exactly what happened. Almost sounds like they scrapped what was left. They lost a lot of money that they put into this car. So you can't necessarily do all that twice. There was only ever one of these. So that's why it's funny how you get all these cars in this race. Okay, we're going to end this right at 50 kilometers. I've already proven I refilled my timer, and I've done that multiple times. It's not too hard for me to do this. And let's get into the profitability and some comparisons. I was doing some donuts in this car. It's just, I got to do something with the timer, but I end it right at the 50 kilometer mark to get really accurate numbers. So race time of 13 minutes and 2 seconds. Our pay is decent. Friends bonus is nice. Fame per minute, 897.7. So as a comparison, that's better than the Audi R8 LMS Ultra, Porsche 918 RSR Concept, and the Corvette C8 Z06 at Porsche Short Track. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you for joining me today. Here's the video. You can see how to earn this car for yourself. Bye-bye now.